Hey, it's Dorleen and welcome to my channel. Today I'm playing with this really fun sign. I'm going to updo it, if you want to call it that. I bought this at the Dollar Tree and it's really just that really cheap kind of balsa wood. So I'm trying to, or what I'm planning on doing is using acrylic paint to make it look like wood. So instead of using stain, because I don't have any, I just use acrylic paint. I picked up tan color and then this darker brown. Of course, when I opened it or when I tried to squeeze it out, it's already starting to clump, so it will be thrown away after this project. But I went ahead and mixed the two together, and I'm just using one of those foam brushes to apply it to the sign. Now, as I'm doing that, I realized that I forgot to squirt it with a little bit of water because that really thins it out and that gives it more of a stained look. So I'm starting just doing that, just like I said, very simple, just covering the whole sign. And then I'm going to take some more of the dark brown and I'm going to use the edge of that brush to draw lines, and you'll see me in a minute. What I'm doing is I'm trying to emulate the look of a wood plank. So this in my mind is the end, and the different wood yeah, slats of wood. Slats, that's the word. That's the word I'm thinking of. So when I'm doing that with that dark brown, I realize that's not really dark enough. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed the black. So when I'm doing the black, it's almost too dark. So even though I watered it down a little bit, it's still just a little too much. And you'll see me, I'm going to grab some white in a little bit, and I'm just going to keep on playing with this. I'm going to squirt it with water, which I'm doing right now, because that's going to give me a chance to use a napkin and kind of sop some of that up and guide the lines, going back and forth. I'm also going to be using a paintbrush and some white acrylic paint. I'm just really just kind of messing around because my final goal is to make it look like planks of wood or a wood sign. So once I do that, and you can just see me playing with it. So before I get too far into this video, I just wanted to let you know that I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking. That's kind of like my main crafty thing. And the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. The command center is the name of my craft room. It's also the name of my blog. All the information on all my videos or all my projects will be on my blog as well, and I'll have like close-up pictures, any information as far as exact paint colors. If I'm using some other product, I'll list that as well, like the brand, things like that. But I just feel like it's easier to type it in my blog than to put it all in the information box from the YouTube video. But a link to my blog will be in the information box, a direct blog link, also a link to the home. But so now I'm done, and I really like the way it looked. Then you see it was so simple. I mean, I just used random paint. I did use a wet baby wipe, so that helped a little bit instead of making it too watery. But again, just very, very simple. And to me, it looks like wood, or at least like wood enough for what I'm doing this for. So we have a decorating contest at work every year, and this year we're doing a Christmas tree farm theme. So I'm creating a sign for our Christmas tree lot that tells people, basically, cut on your own. So once the paint dries, I just use a dry brush and some white acrylic paint and just very quickly just wisp it over to create like that dry brush or that whitewash look. I use my Cricut to create the sign and to cut out all the vinyl. And this is just, it's probably permanent vinyl, but I used all scraps, and it's always good to keep your little scraps for things like this. And I am using my tweezers just to pull those on. Now I normally use transfer tape, which you'll see me use in a minute, but for something that's just like a big image or solid like that, it's just easier to use the scissors. So here you can tell I'm using scraps because obviously there was another project that I made who knows when. And for this one on the trees, I have a tree on either side of the axes, which you'll see at the end. Now, normally I wouldn't waste all that space in the middle, but it was really important to me to have them lined up. First of all, the right amount of spacing, and then also for them to be lined up on that bottom edge. And I was using scraps like I mentioned before, so I wasn't worried about wasting vinyl or anything like that. So on this brown portion here, it's really just the outline of the axes. And so I started peeling them out or weeding it out. And then I realized the axes, the handles are silver, and I didn't want them to be silver. So I didn't weed out the middle of that outline because I wanted to keep them brown for the handles. So right now I'm just folding it in half to find the center. And I realized after I did it that I probably should have waited until I put the transfer tape on. Now I use Cricut transfer tape. I use the transfer tape from Hobby Lobby. I have good luck in either one. I know some people swear by others. Some people do not like, certain brands. It worked for me. I wasn't sure how this vinyl was going to stick or how it was going to peel off that sign because it was, that cheap wood. And I'll be honest with you, I probably should have let it dry overnight. But when I'm in a project mode, I just I just let it dry for like maybe an hour. But it worked perfectly. The transfer tape that I'm using is, again, another scrap because I try to use my transfer tape at least twice, if not more. Now, sometimes it gets a little gunky and then I know to throw it out. But sometimes, to be honest with you, it's better to use it the second time because it's not as sticky and it seems to release the vinyl a lot easier. But like I said, I'll try to do it at least twice. And believe me, I got rolls of the stuff, so it's not like I'm, being so thrifty. But it's really just, why throw it out when you know you can use it again? So I just used my little Cricut scraper thing. And look at how easily it came off. Now, I do have a little bit of trouble on the C and the U, but I mean, nothing compared to what I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure I was going to be just scraping that stuff down, but it came off really easy. So I was really happy with that. And, again, this is probably just a throwaway project because it's just for our work decorating, but it's so cute. I love the way it turned out. You could see that on the quick speedy mode. Oh, and you also probably noticed that blue ruler is a centering guide, which I absolutely love. It is a little warped because unfortunately I was putting down using it for a shirt and my heat press got a little too close to it, but it still works fine. When I was done with that, I realized, ooh, I probably should have did the edges. I just grabbed some more of that brown paint and just brushed it on, kind of like a dry brush effect. I did get a little bit on the front, so you'll see me kind of just use the brush right there just to kind of blend it in. But again, I wasn't worried about perfection. I think it turned out so cute. I hope you agree. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love for you to be a subscriber. So that's what it looked like from the beginning. And that's how it ended up looking. Isn't that so cute? Thanks for watching. Bye.